Bones are amazing things. They hold us up, they support us, they make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear. Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast.
Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater. My name is Jeremy, and for this episode, we'll figure out who I'm playing later.
My name is Jeff, and I don't know who I'm playing yet either.
My name is Aaron, and likewise.
This is Johnny, and I've got Georgia on my mind.
Georgia. I'm Jordan, and I can sing the American Songbook. So, welcome to this episode of Bone Throwers Theater. After the climactic events of last time, we thought it might be a good idea to zoom out and see how other people in the town have been reacting to the explosion at the Aqua Rail transit station. So we're going to go ahead and see what's going on with some of the other members of Consiglio. And just kind of do like little snapshots, kind of like 1 hour or recorded in 1 hour snapshots of what's going on with these different groups. So the first one that we have is a group of workers at the Aqua Rail water pressure facility. Aqua. Yeah, it's hard to say, right? We thought it was cool at the time.
Aqua.
It still is cool.
But then we had some
Aqua Whale.
Aqua Well.
Aqua
The Aqua Rail water pressure facility.
Yes, and it starts off as your ordinary day, as a lot of these climactic days go. Things get worse when the actual problem happens. My thought is that we're starting off pretty much right as the pressure is dropping on the beaches.
On the rail flow.
Yes.
All to live one day.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was nice.
I don't know if your puns hold water, so.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
No.
Here we go.
Just try and float another one by. I dare you. So anyway, we're really here to roleplay. It's not Jordan and Johnny's comedy hour.
Water pressure's dropping.
Water pressure is dropping.
No. Water pressure is going off the rails.
Oh my gosh! So, you say we're workers. I'm trying to rein it back, guys. Let's bring it back.
But I was saying that legitimately, and that because the water was off the charts. The water is spiking everywhere.
It's barging right through the.
Gosh! My goodness.
It's been too long since we recorded.
Right, let's get all the puns out right now.
Breathe.
You know that's not possible.
Yeah, it's not going to be possible.
No, you just are treading water into the next one.
We're drowning in puns.
Need to bring our flow back.
If I remember correctly, just to refocus the conversation, when the facility blew up, the warehouse blew up, it broke off where the water was. So yes, there was a tidal wave pushing water out over the edges of the rail, but then it also starts flooding back
out.
Yeah.
Where the hole is.
Yeah.
A spike in the water pressure, and then it rapidly dissipates.
Well, the question is, how far away is the water pressure facility from the terminal?
I would think there'd be a couple around.
Yeah, that'd be...
there's a lot through
I'm sure.
the facility.
I'm talking about the one we're working at, though.
Oh, yeah, you guys are like...
And what kind of workers are we?
You are the engineers, the scientists who are working there.
Ooh,
Science. You're
Smart
the
people.
guys who are smart. You're the
I'm
ones.
good at being a scientist.
So, have you ever seen the movie Night Watch? It's a Russian vampire movie. There's a scene where, no, not the vampires. There's a group that's trying to fly a plane into a nuclear power plant. And there's like a scene in the nuclear power plant where they're like the engineers are like looking at the gauges and trying to figure out what they can do to avert.
Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
Take us
Look
to
what Homer
nuclear
Simpson is. So we're Homer
weapons.
Simpson.
All of us collectively are Homer Simpson.
There's a big old plate of donuts over there. You got a picture of your daughter, Maggie, on the console.
Okay, and so we are responding to this sudden.
Influx and then drop in water pressure.
I imagine first thing,
You would probably hear the explosion from where you.
Yeah,
where you're
that's my
building.
question. Is,
Yes.
can we hear the explosion from where we're at?
Anyway, so engineers working on it. Are we taking this like moments before
Mhm.
the explosion?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would imagine you guys are like in your respective station. The aesthetic we're going for is like kind of the 1960s-ish style, like keyboards and stuff. So it looked like the circular keys. Yeah, cha-chunk, ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. Not really just easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Typewriter type of QWERTY keyboard type of thing. You all are working, and it feels like the ground is just like an earthquake has started because of the way that the explosion happened. It's only a few blocks away from you guys, and they were using weapons, military grade explosives for this.
So I envision it as one of those things where it's just a normal work day. So you got maybe two guys sitting at a station next to each other. One guy is actually sitting there typing out something. The other guy's got leaning back in his chair. He's got his feet propped up.
Mhm.
Walter, why aren't you working?
Smoking and joking.
Bernard, take it easy.
Oh, Bernard and Walter. Those two.
Picturing the room right now where there's like a bunch of gauges on the walls and levers and lit up consoles where it's like, well, this section's good, this section needs repair, this section.
Mhm.
A bunch of
Yada,
green
yada.
lights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
green lights, the occasional yellow blinking one that means that it's in service or whatever.
So I'll say my character is the one that's just relaxing. He's got his feet leaning back in his chair, feet propped up on the console.
Okay.
Not near any buttons, obviously.
Mhm.
More than that.
Now, are you on a break or are you just skipping off?
No, it's if you remember, this is like middle of the night. So
Right.
Yeah,
We're
there's
the
not
night
a whole lot
shift.
going on.
No.
So usually on the night shifts, there's like 3 or 4 guys just lounging around while one guy is
doing the one thing.
doing the menial work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
We've all done night shift,
So let me
clearly.
ask you this, yeah. For the night shift guys, I would imagine that you're like the more inexperienced members of the crew. Like at least 3 of you are the more inexperienced members, and one of you is the team lead.
Probably the guy relaxing
The
is the
prime
team
tech.
lead.
The prime tech.
Yeah.
Or it could be the other way around. Like the team lead is the only one that is actually
Well,
gung ho and doing the work.
He just doesn't have the rank.
Yeah.
I was thinking my guy actually knows very little about it.
You got the job because of your brother or your dad or.
he's a council appointment.
Oh.
Oh. Uh-huh.
So you are actually the political officer for the station.
So I am
You're still low
The
level.
council toady.
a low-level worker, but I'm pretty much planted there to oversee that everybody is
Yes.
for the council.
For the council, exactly.
Okay.
Now, is this known?
Yes.
Okay.
It
So,
is
okay.
an-
so
it
maybe
is
there's
an
some
official
resentment
policy.
from everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like you're competent as a trained engineer, right? But you have this other responsibility because of maybe a family connection
Okay.
or something
All
like
right.
that.
Yeah, we'll say that. Okay.
Yeah.
Council toady.
Toad.
I know what's happening to this character.
Well, he's gonna fall off the
Broken.
roof and die. Jeremy, you're sitting with your feet up.
Yeah, my character, Jasif Monroe,
Jasif Monroe. Okay.
is sitting there with his feet up. He's got a cup of coffee or whatever the world equivalent is.
I'll be the one typing out.
And your name is?
My name is. No, I had one a second ago. I don't remember what it was.
To be fair, I stole Jasif from Jeff earlier.
Yeah, you did.
It's like, that would be a good name. Dibs!
You did. We're gonna go. His name is Mark.
Mark. So what are you typing out, Mark?
The standard daily check spreadsheet of gauge readings.
Oh,
and
yeah, you're filling
Yeah.
out the readings reports.
readings reports.
So as you're filling it out, Jasif sort of looks at the computer, the monitor, and it says, "Hey, Mark, that report's due in like 20 minutes to the council."
The council keeps typing away, pretty much ignoring what he just said. But
Yeah.
Tick tock, tick tock. And he takes a sip of his drink.
So what are you doing, Aaron?
Um,
And first off, what's your name?
my name is Talin.
Kaylin? Okay.
Talin Saul. I'm actually on smoke break, and I'm headed on my way back in.
So since it's a closed facility,
Oh no, smoke break is not authorized.
Okay.
I had to sneak off and smoke in the bathroom.
Well, I was going to say there's an assigned room for smoke.
Oh,
breaks.
okay, that works too.
Yeah, because they have to. The dome is a closed facility,
Right.
so you got to filter the air as much as possible. So your smoke breaks are done in a specific
In a
room.
very cold room. Has a direct ventilation shaft outside.
that's cold.
there are signs that says this room is as cold as Centauro. Do not let them
Smoke at your own risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're on your smoke break.
Finishing up my smoke
Smoke
break.
It depends on what he's smoking. It might be a smoke bake.
And then Johnny
Phillipi.
Phillipi. What are you doing, Phillipi?
I'm a tinkerer. I going around just adjusting valves that need to be adjusted. And
Okay. You're the one who makes sure like the gears are proper so that when the barges change,
Yeah. It
rails,
doesn't slosh the water out of
yes,
the canal.
Well, and that they're also able to like they have like a bumper system, so
Yeah.
you don't want to make sure that bumper system gets misaligned because that could
Mhm.
cause an accident. So you all are doing your thing. For your character, Mark, I would imagine for the spreadsheet that you're working on, when you go to print it off, it's on that matrix paper. So as you're sitting, as you're typing, as you're illicitly puffing on your type read, and as you're actually doing physical labor, Phillipi, the building just starts to shake. It was like, and you can hear like this ear-shattering explosion coming from outside. Even or odd? Even.
It's green.
But it was a 6. There are no windows in this facility, so you can't like look out and see what's happening. You are under the station.
When the explosion goes off, are there any
So-
alarms that start sounding?
Oh yes, whole bunch of alarms, lots of klaxons, red lights flashing, like emergency lights.
So Jasif was leaning back in his chair. He kind of like goes to get up quickly, but like does one of those things where he's like almost stumbles back, like
Yeah, like the chair almost goes backwards.
goes backwards, like his drink like spills all over him, and he's looking up the lights, and they're like one by one they go green, red, 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 red. They just all start one by one changing to red.
And I'm guessing dials of the valves will do the same thing.
Yeah.
Pipes actually start knocking loose where you are,
Okay.
and it actually starts filling up with steam.
I quickly start turning valves to shut things off.
Okay.
Yeah, Jasif is yelling.
Phillipi, number one! Number one! Number one!
Of course, I'm by number 7, but
So I would imagine that you're like in a corridor, right?
Mark would be hopping up and pressing every button that he could to shut things down.
Button masher.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead and make me a reflexes roll. It's going to be 2D.
2D.
Yep.
Come on, Mark.
Oh!
3.
Yeah. So
I'm really caught off guard.
you're really caught off guard, and when you stand up, you actually go too quickly. The keyboard is one of those pull-out ones that goes underneath it, and you hit your legs on the
I
keyboard.
hate
and
when
you
that happens.
and you kind of stumble, and you're like having to grab onto the desk. So
Workman's comp!
yeah, yeah. So now you gotta like push that back under the desk.
It's so annoying when that happens.
So Phillipi, you said you were going to start making repairs on
Well, just shutting valves
shutting
off.
them. Yeah, go ahead and make me a repair roll.
Alright.
40.
40. Alright. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah. So you're able to get some of them turned off, but there are several that are higher up. The room that you're in actually is like a 2-story room,
So the question is, are we at a station that's in the middle, or are we at a...
You're at ground zero.
So we're underground underneath where my real character is being arrested.
Yes, exactly.
My real character is being shot through the water like a cannonball.
Yep. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'll be shutting off valves. I guess the first valves I would want to shut off would be the ones out, obviously the canal itself, and then I would want to shut off the sewers.
Okay. So you're able to reach the canal ones, okay. But because the sewer ones are the higher ones, they're not used as often.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go ahead and scramble up the ladders to get to those.
So, when the explosion hit, Talin threw down his cigarette and went running back into the main room.
Okay.
Jasif is running back towards the back of the room where this huge lever. He's trying to look at the gauge from across the room, and he's yelling out still. He's like, "Number one, number one, number one!" And he goes to pull on it, but it just won't budge.
Is there a label on this lever?
South containment.
Oh, okay. As Talin runs into the room, he will attempt to help pull this large lever.
And I'm shutting off valves, so all at the same time.
I'm trying to make sure things are going smooth electronically.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
I'm gonna say, since Phillipi said he was at number 7 and wasn't anywhere near number 1, what kind of had to happen is he had to shut off number 1 in order for us to successfully
turn off.
So it would be probably a good 30 seconds.
Since he wasn't able to do that, and now we had 2 people cranking on it, we just snapped the lever off of the valve.
It would probably be a good 30 seconds before I would get number 1 shut off.
Yeah. So you break this off, so it's starting to the water is still rushing out.
Oh, so there's water is rushing
in the room I'm in. There's water rushing in.
Yeah.
Oh, there is?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
There's water rushing into the control room too?
Well, I'm right off the control room, so yeah.
Oh man.
So what I wanted to do was,
which is why I'm shutting off all the valves.
Let's finish getting things on the control panel, which I wouldn't imagine it's too big. It's a few things here and there, and then run to the valve room to help.
Okay. Sounds good.
I yell back, "Number 1, shut off!"
We got a 15.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to get in there just fine. Okay, go ahead and turn off the valve.
I guess since we said that now water is spilling into the control room, and the lever to contain everything has been broken, Mark and Phillipi, you are now in the same room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see Talin and Jasif just rounding the corner out of that room and just saying, "Move, move, move!" And this huge wall of water appears behind them.
There's an emergency door that they could have closed. Yeah, like a flood door that would close off your room from where they are.
Yeah.
So does one of you want to try and get to the emergency button by the door?
Well, I would say, since after he came in my room, after we get the main valves shut off, while I'm trying to climb to the sewer valves, I'd tell him to do it.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, I run over to the door, slam the button.
Of course, the water's in the room that we're in, so.
So as you do that, power starts flickering.
And so does the door fail open or fail shut?
Safety-wise, it should fail shut.
That's what I'd imagine.
It's stuck about halfway through.
Okay.
There's still going to be water rolling into the room, but you guys would have to jump underneath the door if you wanted to try and get to the relative safety of that door.
Where's the water coming from and going to?
Water is...
Well, I think it's coming from everywhere at this point.
Yeah,
okay.
But since we weren't able to shut off the contain,
It came from behind!
yeah, it was.
Yes.
I imagine that when the valve broke off, and then you shut down number 1, we weren't the pressure built up there, and just that pipe just is obliterated, and that's where all that water is coming from.
So shutting that door isn't going to save anything.
That's where all the controls were. So that's probably why everything is starting to short out and flicker, because now that room is being flooded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's shut it off before water gets to that room.
Yeah.
Because it was leaking in the room I was in first.
Which is why Jason was shouting number 1 first, so they could save the control.
Well, and that's also why Mark was trying to complete everything on the panel first before running to help.
Talin was just panicking and doing whatever everybody else was doing.
So, we gotta get out of here before we all drown to death. As opposed to drowning to life.
I mean, that might not be a bad idea.
Well, there's bound to be other flood doors, but just not right here.
Gonna shoot for a dive under the door.
Okay, go ahead and make me an athletics roll.
That's my
Or-
athletics.
Or a reflexes roll.
I don't like reflexes. That's only 2D.
Yeah, well.
Um,
You're a nerdy scientist. Shut up.
Yeah, so Jasif is going to do the same thing. So I don't know. Is it 2D?
Mm-hmm.
I should
Yeah.
probably make an athletics roll to climb up the ladder, huh?
Yes.
Oh!
I got 9.
14.
So you're able to get up the ladder just fine. Jasif, you're able to get under the door just fine. Talin, well, you hit your head on the door, trying to go under.
Stormtrooping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get out of here, so does the water push me the rest of the way under? Or do I need to attempt to swim under?
You can go ahead and attempt to swim under.
I would think that since that's the path of least resistance,
Water.
the water would actually push him under.
Probably. But you want to control how you're going.
7.
Well, that's true.
You're under the door.
You're under the door. You're but you're actually gasping in water. Yeah.
Get for smoke.
Alright, gonna try one more time to get up out of the water. So I'm gonna try. I mean, not one more time, because I'll keep trying until I die. Oh, 5! I'm getting lower and lower.
It's harder to breathe.
You're able to get a hand up over the water, so
Okay.
Jasif can see where you are.
Has he rushed past me at that point?
Yes.
Well, yeah, how hard is the water flowing? I mean, I know it's gushing in the room, but how hard is it flowing through the facility? Because
it's getting hard to keep your footing if you're standing in the water. It would be hard to.
So it's pretty good flow.
Yeah. Because remember, this is how the entire transportation system works.
Yes. Yeah.
And basically, the pressure just spiked.
Yeah.
And then it's spiking that. Now it's going places where it's not supposed to go.
How much consciousness do I have left? I mean, I've been under the water,
All the consciousness now.
getting bumped around. a little bit.
So you're starting to see black spots,
Okay.
but you were able to get your hand up above the water for a few moments.
Can I grasp onto anything?
Even or odd.
Both.
Odd.
oven.
What? Even.
Oven. I think the word you're looking for is oven.
All right.
Eid.
So is that a no? I do not get a hold of anything. Okay.
You do grab a hold of something.
Oh, what do I grab a hold of?
You grab a hold of the chlorine release valve.
Oh!
I don't think I care. I don't know what it is. I'm blacking out. I'm going to attempt to haul myself out.
Where are we that there's a chlorine release valve?
Well, it's to clean the water. Because you don't want nasty, stagnant water.
So Talin's attempting to drag himself out by whatever he has a hold of.
It's like pool shock.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Jasif sees this, right?
Oh yes, you see a hand grabbing hold of the valve, and you just it looks like he's hauling himself up using. The,
So I would know that is bad.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, and this is one of those giant circular valves and he grabs it at the right point. So if he pulls, he's going to be turning it on to open it up. This isn't going to release in the room. This is
It
going to
releases up
release
into the
up
system.
into the
The
air,
canal.
into the actual city.
Yeah, it releases into the canal.
All right. So is it physique roll?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. I thought it was going to release into the room.
No, it releases into the canal where the water
3.
trough is.
So you're
Unless it's very easy. You didn't do
yeah, it was very easy. This thing turns.
Ah, of course it was. You know, if it's bad, it's gonna happen.
So actually,
I keep all the valves well lubricated.
No, I apologize.
No. So the one lever that is meant to be able to be turned very easily was rusted shut. And the other one that's not supposed to be easy was well oiled.
So it's supposed to be 2D, and I only rolled 1. So I actually rolled an 8.
yeah, you turned that thing good.
Way to go, Phillipi, greasing the wrong wheels.
Says the guy from the council.
So now you've opened up a like the thing that mixes the chlorine into the water.
But I've pulled myself up. I'm breathing again.
You're breathing just fine. You are going to be okay.
Alright.
stuff down.
Do I see what I just opened?
No, I would imagine you're still trying to get your breath for a few.
Okay.
About.
But you're heading towards it.
Yeah, I'm gonna head towards it and start.
And what are you
Try
doing?
and close it.
I'm heading, trying to close it too.
Go ahead and make a reflexes roll.
Reflexes is what?
2D.
Reflexes.
Is that your roll?
That's his roll.
Yeah, reflexes
Oh.
2.
He failed at his reflexes.
I fell down.
Ah!
I'm under the water.
They both failed at their
We
reflexes.
both failed. We both rolled a 0.
We both rolled zeros.
So the office furniture starts to get swept up
Into the
into
door.
the water. The chair that you were sitting in while you were typing your spreadsheet out, sweeps underneath the door and clocks you right into the knees.
Oh gosh.
And so you fall over. Jasif, when you fall into the water, you go to turn really quickly, like to get towards it, and like your feet get tangled up into a chain that was under the water, and you hit your head.
A valve
on
cap chain.
Yeah. It's attached to the wall still.
Probably.
So you hit your head on the concrete floor.
There's water there, so it
Cushioned a little bit.
cushioned it. I mean,
Some.
I have an abrasion. Probably
So let's
not
see. It's
a-
hard to stand.
Insect.
How deep exactly is this water?
It's getting up
It's
to
rising.
your knees.
Oh, that's not bad.
So you were on
At the
the
moment.
floor when you were.
Yeah.
So can I get back up?
Even around. Odd.
Come on!
The chain that your foot got tangled in, like you're thrashing around, has just made it worse.
Something's
Can I stick a hand up?
You could try.
I'm gonna try to stick a hand up.
Okay.
Or two. Or I'm trying to stick anything up out of the water.
And you grab a hold of the fire release valve. Can,
Fire.
does Talin see his hand?
Oh,
No, it's the ammonia release
Even.
valve to mix with the chlorine.
Yes, you got it.
All right. So Talin's going to attempt to grab the hands that he sees sticking up
Okay.
and give him a good yank to try to get him on his feet.
All right. Go ahead and roll physique.
Arm. Go on.
yeah.
He's a Wookiee.
6.
It's easy. You jerk his arm, but you're able to get your mouth just above the water for a second. You can't actually pull him out of the water.
Okay. Just enough to get a breath for him.
Yes. So you have a moral decision that you have.
Oh, great.
He's reported you in the past for unauthorized smoke breaks. You were due for promotion last time, and the only thing that kept you off was council demerits were listed on your worksheet.
Talin doesn't care that much. He's going to do whatever he can to, especially now that
It's
he's
not worth killing a person.
now that he has his hands. I don't think I would stop.
That would be murder.
Yes, that is more of a malicious act rather than, if he were all the way back in the other room, I wouldn't go back and drag him out.
So we're going to go ahead and talk to Mark for a second.
Mark can't stand up.
A 4.
Rolls are off.
Stand up.
We'll say that you're able to get to your knees. You're on your knees, and you were able to grab hold of that chair that was next to you, and just kind of push yourself up, so you're kneeling down.
Okay.
But you're still mostly in the water, and it's rising quickly. Like kneeling down, it's to your collarbone at this point.
So I imagine there's a lot of water going into the other parts of the facility. So that's why it's only up to our waists or whatever it is.
Yes, but we'll have to talk more about that after our break.
Welcome to Very Random Encounters, where we play tabletop RPGs and randomly determine as much as possible.
Remember playing with Legos and swapping the people's heads and limbs to create horrid abominations that God forgot?
Our show is what it would be like if those rejected attempts at the human form had to go out and save the day.
We turn the nonsense into a story with a nice message, like how friendship is stronger than a mind-controlled goblin jazz band.
Hey, that's a thing that really happened.
Find Very Random Encounters wherever you randomly determine to listen to podcasts.
So as you were mentioning, this is a rather large facility.
Yes.
And because it has to do a lot of work pumping water, not only around the circle of the Consiglio map, but it also has to pump it back towards the city center.
Yes. So
There's a lot of water filtering into other places as well.
I'm just trying to think about getting out of here. What we need to do.
So there are a couple ways you can get out. There is a elevator. That's not going to be
No,
working.
it's not. No.
And then there's a ladder with an escape hatch at the top of it.
doing it.
How far away are we from the ladder?
The ladder is at the other end of the main room.
The main room? Okay. So we gotta go back through the door to where the flood's coming from.
Yeah.
After I finish off the valves, I slide down the ladder.
Okay.
And this facility is poorly constructed.
Phillipi saves the whole day. We're all just trying to survive.
We're all just trying to stand up.
Is the water below door level?
So the door is probably 12 feet tall,
Okay.
and it's probably closed off at about 5 feet. And the water, as we were saying, is up to the collarbones of somebody who's kneeling down. So that's about 3.5 feet of water right there.
Okay. So, well, I'm going to remember the control now where the button is to shut the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to see if there's a way that I can just short circuit it so it opens back up. And 15.
If you did that, there's a very good chance that it would short, and the electricity would go through your body, through the water, and turn the whole room into a death trap.
Well, it's not that low that we can't all walk underneath it by ducking.
Yeah.
All right. Water's coming quickly. So I see him trying to pull.
Talin trying to pull Jasif up.
Talin trying to pull Jasif up.
You can also see Mark kneeling down in the water, holding onto a chair there.
I'm not as worried about that one at the moment because he's upright.
Right.
Yeah.
I go over to where Jasif is and I find the chain.
Okay.
And just untangle his foot.
Okay. Go ahead and make a physique roll for that.
That's 2.
Yeah, that's correct.
5.
You're able to get 1 foot free.
That was both.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it was just 1 foot.
No, it's like the chain went up 1 foot and then it went around.
While he was trying to kick it off, he got his other foot tangled.
Yeah. But you're able to get your other foot underneath you.
So I'm going to try and get my foot underneath me and push myself back towards where that chain is connected to sort of relieve some of that pressure.
Okay. You want to tell them what's going on, or do you just want to start looking there?
Just say, my foot is caught, my foot is caught.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Mark, head to the exit ladder.
5.
Okay, you just made the target number
Gosh.
to hobble over a little bit.
7 to untangle the other foot.
Yes.
Did Talin ever realize that he just turned on the chlorine release valve?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not that worried about that. Not that I noticed you doing that. But
Right.
You're just gassing the city, is all.
Yeah, pretty much. I
It's
mean, I imagine it's not
still
like
going into the water. I mean,
yeah, and it's not like it's releasing massive amounts. I imagine it's designed to clean, so it's like dumping
Controlled amounts.
Yeah,
it's a lot, but
but it's not like it's because whoever designed the thing is
it's
not
also
an
wouldn't be
idiot.
a gas if it's mixing with the water. So.
Correct. It's not like I'm releasing chlorine gas from the middle of the city.
Now it might make that part of the city reek of chlorine.
Yeah. So now your feet are free.
All right.
So going to attempt to make it towards the ladder.
Yeah, I just tell everybody get to the exit ladder.
Helping each other all the way.
Yeah, because the water pressure is still coming at us, and
Yes, it is.
we're gonna start struggling our way through the water towards the ladder.
Don't hit your head this time.
Now that
Hey!
5.
13.
9.
6.
Amazingly enough, Jasif is feeling good enough to get under the door just fine. So is Phillipi. Mark is having a bit of a hard time. He feels a little winded still, so it's you're pushing your way through. And then Talin is just he's struggling behind Mark.
Phillipi would be there to help them get through the door.
Okay. So now you've got to make your way across this room, which is a good...
With just emergency lights.
Those start flickering, actually.
Good thing we've been working here for the past 15 years, and we know every inch of the space.
Nope. We established at the beginning of this that you guys were the newbies. Yep. So go ahead and make me another physique check.
10.
All right.
10. 8. 7.
Best roll of my day.
That's sad. So once you're through the door, you're able
Double
to make
digits.
it across the room okay. 10. You're able to get over there fine. Jasif?
7.
You're a little bit behind them. You made it through the door, but now you're like looking around for your logbook to report back to the council. And
I did an 8.
8. Yeah, you're
going to terminate the council by turning off number 1, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
I did as fast as I could.
You get to the ladder and you start climbing up.
I'm last.
I would have thought Jasif would have been last since he was lagging behind.
Yeah.
No.
But he probably called like, "Come on, let's go, let's go."
Philippi's personality is to make sure everybody else is safe.
Talin's in a rush, so he's probably getting up the ladder as soon as he touches it.
Mark's probably right behind Talin.
The entire time, Philippi's like, "What are you looking for? Hurry up!"
You see him like dive under real quick and comes up and is like, "For the council!" Holding the logbook above his head.
I imagine that would just get eye rolls from the rest of your co-workers.
Yes. Yes, it would.
Oh, the council.
Not that we're against the council.
We're just
We're just not as avid as he is.
We're not against the council. We're just not for the council.
So, Talin, you're going up the ladder first.
Yeah, sure.
So you reach the top. You have to stop to turn the
crank.
The crank.
Submarine hatch.
Is it a physique roll? 6!
Yay! You're able to turn it.
Yay!
You can't push it open though.
Can I pull it open?
And I slide it.
Are there any?
Not a manhole cover.
Are there any bolts in it? Are there any like? Is there a sight thing? Can I see through it?
Is there water seeping down around it?
When you open it and you try and push it, is a lot of water drops that are coming, dripping down.
So.
And meanwhile, Philippi's like, "Open the door!"
We can't! There's too much pressure on the other side!
Someone didn't shut down number 1!
It's been nice to know you guys. Not really.
Alright.
Knew I should have stayed home today.
Do you all climb down or are you still trying to open the door?
To the elevator shaft.
To the elevator shaft!
Yeah.
Alright, I go override the door.
Okay.
Slide the doors open.
Okay. It's a bit of muscle to slide them open, so go ahead and make a physique roll.
Okay.
I agree.
Are we there?
It's not that far. Ah! You're not helping.
9.
Mr. Council. Well,
Mr. Council is working as his duly approved job of supervisor.
Uh-huh. You can worry about his damp log.
So between the
8, 5, and
9. So you guys are able to muscle it open and take some grunting and strengthening.
Good job, men.
Question is the elevator on our level or is it above us?
How many floors is this facility?
Well, let's talk about the logic of this. Only the 4 of you work here. All 4 of you work here.
Well, at night. Yeah.
Nobody else is coming up or coming down until a change of shift.
Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because there's access hatches in the top of the elevator, not in the bottom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go in the elevator. How much water is leaking into the elevator?
Oh, lots.
Has the access hatch broken open on the top of the elevator?
It hasn't completely broken through there.
Okay, so it's just leaking around it.
Yeah.
I grab a pole or something and tell people to just stand back while I break it open.
It's a downward hatch.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead and search for a pole. Go ahead and do that.
Investigation is 5D.
Oh, yeah. Not as good. 16.
Okay.
1 less.
Okay. So you find a pole. It's on a wall in a rack full of poles. Some of them have points on them. Just for the podcast listeners, we're recording at Jeremy's house today.
Oh!
And he's got his
My wall of martial arts weapons.
Yes.
I take the pointy one.
There's a sword there.
There is a sword there.
There's 2 swords there.
2 swords.
That's the whole bunch of steps.
Yes, I take a stick and I poke the hatch to break it open.
Okay. Go ahead and make a physique roll.
So yeah, I'm doing it. You know, I got a step so I wouldn't get pushed away from the pressure of the water.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
No.
11.
I love it when it happens. When you explode on the wild die and then you roll a 1.
It happens all the time.
I don't know why.
I swallowed.
I guess you'll die.
You guess he'll die? Okay.
I mean,
That's how the song goes.
So water starts just gushing.
Right, expect.
Yeah, right. Go ahead and make a physique roll. Just stay on your feet.
7.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to stay on your feet. All the rest of you make physique rolls. As the water floods into the hallway.
oh no!
Yeah, 3.
I get swept away.
What'd you get?
Big fat O.
A big
So,
said.
we have water coming from that direction and coming from that direction. How far down does the hallway go that direction?
Oh, there's no more hallway! I thought we talked about it. It was like 20, 30 meters at most.
Well, we're at the end of the hallway then. Where the elevator. Okay, so you shouldn't get swept away anywhere because you got water coming from both
You just get
directions.
slammed into the wall.
Yeah.
Well,
You got water
that
pushing from
sucks.
both directions. So.
Better, actually. So it fills up quick. It only takes like 30, 40 seconds for the elevator to top off.
As soon as the water starts pouring out, I'm telling everybody, as soon as you can, start swimming up. And it's going to be hard.
Yeah, the water pressure is going to feel horrible.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, but
Once it fills up, though,
that's inside where we're at.
There
But,
shouldn't be any more downward pressure.
Correct, because there's nowhere else for it to go.
yeah. How far underground are we?
1 foot.
No, like 90 meters.
That's really deep!
Yeah. Because it's like all
I
of
didn't
the
feel the
equipment.
shock that much then.
It was a big explosion.
It was a
And,
big
and you're like physically attached to what exploded.
Yeah.
So there's several
Floors. We're just like,
I'd
would
say
just-
swim up to the next one and open the door.
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, so let's do this.
Yep.
Our powers combined. Physique. I'm assuming.
Yup.
Dang it, wrong one. But still, not bad.
6.
Oh! There we go.
Iron is exploding over here.
Not bad at all.
15, 16.
You rolled a 10.
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
6.
All right, so it's Talin first because Talin does things first. Mark is second. Jasif is third.
5th.
There's somebody already floating in there.
Oh!
For the council.
That's actually a really cool idea.
It could be that someone else got pushed down.
Yeah, it's
the
very
elevator
likely.
shaft
Oh, yeah.
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 with the force of the water.
Phillipi, you're last.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and make a physique roll.
Okay, now we're getting the door open.
Getting a key inside the stuff.
8.
5.
4.
12.
Okay. So you guys are able to open the floor. Yeah, and that's pretty much what happened. The water just, and you're just carried along.
Hold the heads.
But at least there's air.
We'd be body surfing.
Well, yeah.
So go ahead. Even or odd, Johnny? Odd. Even or odd.
Oh, we're doing this separately now?
Yes.
Odd.
Odd.
Everybody roll one die.
Ah.
Oh!
Did you get even?
No, you got odd.
You got what you, and you called odd?
I called
You
even.
called even.
You're the only one that got it.
Yeah, I'm breathing.
You hit machinery. You hit machinery. You hit machinery. And you were lucky in that you did not hit any of the tanks.
Did I hit any of the people?
No. All three of you are unconscious as water is just flooding in.
Roll to drown.
Well, you drowned a lot, Johnny.
I did.
Oh, so did I. Gosh.
I moderately drowned.
Congratulations, you're all drowning.
So they're all unconscious.
Yes.
Do I see any of them still floating?
No, because you get carried
Yeah,
past
you-
them.
Okay.
It's a huge round.
That-
Save yourself.
What,
It would. I imagine it would be very disorienting as
Right.
well. So you would.
Am I near the ladder? Am I the next escape ladder?
Even odd.
Odd's been working for me so far.
It's even.
So no, I cannot see the ladder. Have I ever been on this floor?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to start heading towards where I know the ladder is.
Okay.
And assume we're all going to meet there. So do I make it to the ladder?
Sure.
And I don't see any of them.
Correct.
Even if I do like a quick search for them.
Correct.
Are there any other like controls on this floor to shut down like, the flooding, to control the flow of water? Or is this straight machinery that is just handling?
Yeah, mostly machinery, mostly pumps.
So no manual shut off or anything.
Nothing to control the flow of the aqua rail or the water that's rushing in.
Okay. Talen's going to do another quick search around, and when he doesn't see anybody, he's going to start climbing the ladder. We've established earlier that...
Yeah. I think that's what any of us probably would have done at this point.
5!
Yay. Takes you a while to get to the top.
This is a really big room.
It takes
I'd
you
imagine.
a good
So it'll take a while for it to flood.
minute and a half.
So you
to the top.
You have plenty of air.
What's at the top?
Same arrangement as before.
So it's another hatch.
Yes.
But you're a lot closer to the surface now.
Yeah, but I'm going to try to open the hatch. 3.
It seems to be stuck a little bit, like in terms of turning it.
5!
You start coughing because of all the heavy smoking you've been doing recently.
I'm going to look around to see if I can see any tools I can... Hey, I'm going to pull a wrench out of my tool pack.
Okay.
And I'm going to try again. Yeah.
I'll let you use another die for the...
Kind of like, I'm going to set it in there as a pry bar so I can kind of...
Lever.
Yeah. It's a 9.
So you're able to get it open.
Okay.
And you push open the door,
Uh-huh.
and it takes you into another chamber. And there are soldiers there.
We'll climb up into that chamber.
Okay, and they're like, where did you come from?
The control room, 2 floors down.
Why didn't you turn off all the water?
Because it flooded. We tried.
And you weren't successful?
Not successful at all. As a matter of fact, I think... I'm pretty sure it's pretty bad down there. We lost... I don't know where my other 3 teammates are, so we might want to get a recovery team down there.
Floating on top of the...
By order of the council, you are executed for failing to obey your duties. And they just cap him in the head.
Ooh.
And his body falls back down the shaft that he just climbed up.
And as you see his body just floating there,
You see 2
the
more bodies.
council logbook just floats by his head.
And we're going to go ahead and end that session right there. Thank you so much for listening to Bone Throwers Theater.
Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. Our cast is Aaron, Jeff, Jeremy, Johnny, and Jordan. We are releasing this podcast under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. That means that you can share the podcast, but please do not modify it or try to gain financially from it. If you would like to visit our website, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater.com. If you would like to send us an email, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is @bonethrowerstheater, and also you can look us up on Facebook. And until next time, may the bones fall ever in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.